Local 5 is proud to bring you remarkable women, recognizing the amazing women of our community. Terry Naturally Health Food Store, Abbey Bank, American Antiques and Jewelry, and Dave's Auto are proud to recognize our remarkable women. And now, join us as we recognize our remarkable women.
Welcome, everyone, to Local 5's special presentation of the remarkable women of Northeast Wisconsin.
And we thank all of our viewers who submitted their nominations for the women in their communities. The finalists you will be meeting here tonight will inspire you with their own personal stories of why they do so much for so many. And we begin tonight with our first story, highlighting the lengths that a mother will go to for her children. Our first remarkable woman, Jennifer Conan, endured one of life's most devastating tragedies, the loss of a child. Local
5's Connie Fellman shows us how she not only survived, but thrived at the River of Hope.
Ripples in the water.
It is definitely the ripple effect, and we definitely have touched a lot of people's lives.
A perfect metaphor for the waves of goodness and grace.
She is spreading and impacting thousands around her.
Flowing from the life of one aptly named little girl.
Her nickname, we called her River.
Jennifer Conan is talking about her daughter, Riviera.
She was absolutely beautiful.
A beautiful little girl with a tragic and rare illness.
So her bones actually had holes in them, like the lymphatic fluid was eating away her bones.
For a parent, having to watch their child endure such an illness is unimaginable.
It was a long, long journey and a lot of tears and a lot of love.
A love leading Riviera's parents to adopt an extraordinary perspective on her young life.
Her being 2, she lived a wonderful life. Like, she only experienced love, like she was very loved.
The Conans clung to that love as they faced their first Christmas without their youngest child. It was in that season of giving that the gift of Riviera's young life began flowing outward in waves of love and generosity.
All of our extended family brought all these gifts, and they're like, we're going to give back, and we are going to donate gifts in Riviera's memory.
Team River of Hope was born.
Our whole thing is River of Hope. Hope. We had to hold on to hope when Riviera was sick. Like, that's all you had. You had a hope for the best. And so just passing that hope on to others was extremely healing.
From that day on, that hope and healing has rippled through the lives of thousands of children and families facing illness from an ever-expanding pool of compassion.
People that never met Riviera, never met me, and still yet donate. Like New Holstein, I've been gone since 2011, and they still are collecting toys.
Even coming full circle, really back to the woman who nominated Conan as a remarkable woman in the first place.
He had a respiratory illness, he was very sick in the ICU, and some of the nurses brought in some of the toys, and those toys had the River of Hope tag on them.
Conan says knowing Riviera's short life is still bringing joy all these years later is the whole idea behind Team River of Hope.
That warms my heart to know that her life is making a difference yet today.
And the message that floats from the soul of a precious child.
That love never stops, and that's like hope for people too. Like, if you lose someone you love, that love does not stop. You hold that love forever.
Boy, truly a remarkable effort. Jennifer is here with us in the studio now to talk more about the River of Hope. It is good to see you. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
You're getting help from all walks of life. One in particular, the Calumet County Sheriff's Department put on a fishing tournament. Tell us how that came about.
Oh, it's started many years. Riviera passed away in 2006, and my husband Todd worked for Calumet County law enforcement at the time, and they were running a walleye tournament, and they decided that it would be a great opportunity to raise money and collect toys and things for children in need.
And I know you have other schools that are involved in this. Who are the schools and what are they doing?
Many schools. I have a very big network of people in my life that have been super supportive. I work for the Hilbert School District, and they have been on board with River of Hope since the beginning. The Valder School District, good friends of ours, do a fleece blanket making event. I have friends in Wrightstown, a cousin in Kimberly School District. The Brilliant School District has joined in. I'm trying to remember if I've forgotten anybody, I'm sorry, but just many, many schools have joined in and realized the impact that it makes bringing smiles for children.
The work goes on. You're doing great work. Jennifer, thanks so much for being here today. Much appreciated. When we come back, we meet the cancer survivor who's paying it forward in more ways than one. Stay with us. Welcome back. Local 5 asked our viewers, who is the remarkable woman in your community?
We received dozens upon dozens of worthy nominations. Tonight, our second finalist is a hospital volunteer whose own story of survival inspired a charitable spirit in many communities for several worthy causes.
Well, I survived cancer, and I know God wasn't done with me yet. And I had to give back.
Hospital volunteer Dee Dunleavy has a remarkable outlook on life and what you should do when you get a second chance. Every week, she returns to the very cancer facility where she received chemo and puts together goodie bags and activity packets for patients who are going through what she survived.
When you're out there and you're going through your treatment, it is a very, very heavy thing. So to have these to take your mind off of it for just even a minute is wonderful.
Dee's organizational skills were invaluable to bring forth the artistic vision of the Bellin Expressive Arts in Medicine program, or BEAM.
Dee has added so much. She has positive enthusiasm. If she sees a need, let's say we're low on buttons for one of our crafts, she'll come in with more buttons. She reaches out to the community and people help.
The results speak for themselves.
Every kit that we put together, we make 100 of them. We distribute those to Oconto Oncology, Marinette Oncology, Green Bay Oncology. So the work that Dee does here, putting these kits together, is spread throughout Wisconsin.
But these acts of charity go far beyond the confines of a cancer treatment room.
To Dee's hometown of Oconto, where she helped her sister Mary double the collection points for the local Toys for Tots program, which resulted in a record year of more than 5,000 toys.
I had a calling campaign, and I would call the different cities to say, this is what we're doing, would you be willing to help? And we had so many wonderful people that said absolutely yes.
And that's not all. The sisters created the Baking Grannies group, which through bake sales raised another $2,000 to buy even more toys, with their sights on other charities for next year.
We're looking to help out the Oconto Humane Society. We are looking to help out our fire department. We have some breathable masks that if somebody has something stuck in their throat, we're hoping to buy some of those to donate to that.
Dee says she finds inspiration and motivation from her sister Mary, who was the first one to let us know all that Dee does.
Anyone can tell you what a special angel she is.
You see, even with so much on her plate, Dee always had time to help a sister in need.
I ended up having a heart attack, and it's disabled me. And she has been there for me. Anything that she could do to make life easier for me.
And before we parted ways, Dee had one more message she wanted us to share with anyone who is watching.
It says, I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that I can do. That's what I live by.
An uplifting thought from a remarkable woman who never stops giving. Dee joins us right now. First of all, how is your health? And do you think your charity work helps you feel better?
Oh, absolutely. My health is wonderful. Last checkups have been going great, so we're going to hopefully continue down that road. And the charity work absolutely does give me a reason to keep going.
And the Baking Grannies have an event coming up.
Oh, we do, April 1st. We're all going to be baking away Thursday and Friday, so stop on down and see us.
And where should you stop by?
At Crivello's on Main Street.
And that's in?
That's in Oconto.
And it's for?
We're going to pool the money this year to kind of see where we're going to, I think our first donation is going to be for Joe's Reels. It is a local lady that does this. Her son had passed away, and they opened up, it's basically an outdoor little movie theater that they do every summer, so this is going to help her pay for her fee for the movies.
Wow. The absolute best organizer I've ever met, helping so many people realize their charitable endeavors. Dee Dunleavy, it truly is incredible. Thank you so much. And straight ahead, you'll meet our next finalist, a retired teacher who is still working for children here in Northeast Wisconsin. Her story is still to come.
Welcome back. Our third finalist, Pat Schaefer, retired from teaching in 2016, but she never stopped wanting to help kids learn.
This remarkable woman decided to make sure kids with dyslexia have the tools they need to succeed in school and life. Here's Local 5's Shelley Botat.
Gabe, I'm going to have you do the sound drill now.
A-N fan an. A-M ham am.
An educator for 20 years, Pat Schaefer dedicated her life to helping children learn to read.
I love kids. I love words myself.
But after retirement, her work wasn't done. Pat was getting a lot of calls asking her to privately tutor kids with dyslexia. She knew there was a need.
Wisconsin has a very weak dyslexia law, so a lot of our students aren't being serviced.
As a certified dyslexia therapist, Pat opened On the Mark Dyslexia Clinic in 2018 in the basement of the Union Congregational Church in Green Bay, volunteering full-time as executive director and tutor.
Every child deserves the right to learn to read, and if they can't get the intervention they need at school, they need to get it someplace.
Dyslexia is a reading and learning disability impacting kids both in the classroom and emotionally.
We see a lot of students with anxiety and mental health issues developing because they can't keep up with their peers.
The nonprofit clinic has been open for nearly 5 years, with trained tutors giving students the tools they need to succeed.
It gives them the power to excel. But what I've learned is it's the gain in confidence.
And it's free for families.
I didn't want students to be left out of the program because of financial issues.
Fourth grader Gabe Gleasner was struggling in school.
That I stuttered a lot. I wouldn't know how to pronounce words.
His mom turned to the clinic.
Honestly, it was such a blessing because there wasn't a lot of options in the area.
Pat named it On the Mark Dyslexia Clinic to honor her son's life and memory. Mark died at the age of 13 in 1994 of cancer.
I was inspired by him and the way he touched people's lives in his short time here, and it's important to me to leave a legacy in his name. So you have to be careful to listen if it's an M or an N, because they're pretty close, right?
A legacy that lives on in every student who comes to the clinic and leaves with new reading skills and confidence.
Like when I'm reading in front of the class, I actually feel like people understand me when I'm reading.
I think she's somebody who gives of her time. She gives of her passions. She really, truly cares about these kids.
I'm just very grateful that she can help me. Like, she doesn't have to be doing this. She wants to do it to help you.
And I'm going to put these together with some of our Latin bases that you already learned.
A remarkable woman dedicated to helping others.
I talk to a lot of tearful parents on the phone who are desperate to find help for their children, and I feel blessed to be part of these kids' lives.
Shelley Botat, Local 5 News.
On the Mark Dyslexia Clinic is open to kids in grades K through 12 right here in Northeast Wisconsin.
Now, Pat couldn't be here with us tonight because she's celebrating her 50th wedding anniversary where? Hawaii, with her family. So she sent us this message to share with you.
Being nominated as a remarkable woman has been an unexpected honor for me. I am surrounded by amazing tutors, board members, family, friends, and community members who have supported the work of On the Mark Dyslexia Clinic. Individuals with dyslexia are gifted in many ways, but they learn differently. There's an incredible need in our community for a place for students to receive appropriate interventions and accommodations to help them overcome their challenges and thrive.
And we thank you, Pat. And we've got one more finalist for you to meet tonight. She's a woman who's carrying on her daughter's dream of helping children in need. That is next. Welcome back. Headquartered out of an old general store in Boulder, Wisconsin, Janet Miller carries on a mission that was never hers. After her daughter Bree's passing, this remarkable woman made a choice.
Local 5's Caitlin Corbett shows us how Janet continues her daughter's dream of helping children through Bree's Closet.
I said I didn't want people to forget her. So I guess that's been my mission.
Brianne May Goss, Bree, as she was known to family and friends. Her name adorns this former general store in Bowler, Wisconsin, a place her mother Janet Miller now spends much of her time. It's a place that reminds her of Bree, whose life was tragically cut short in a car accident when she was just 23.
She just was full of life. She's our only child, so was the center of our attention. She loved life. She loved to laugh. She loved to help people.
And in her short life, she would. After earning her master's degree in social work, Bree landed as a social worker at Menominee Tribal Family Services. But she knew there was more she could do.
She had some clients that were in need of some items, so she gathered those items up and took them to her office and were able to provide them to her clients. That little corner just kept growing, and her coworkers just decided to call jokingly, "Oh, Bree's closet. You know, I'm sure we could find things in Bree's closet."
Clothing, hygiene products, travel bags, and even baby dolls, all across 4 locations, all for children in need. Janet says she wishes her daughter could see what Bree's closet has blossomed into today. And Janet knows there's more work to be done too, and that's just how Bree would want it.
To give the children, to make them feel special, was very important to her.
Tags like these are hand-sewn onto different items. They read, "In memory of Bree," to not only remember her, but to keep her mission alive.
You know, someday maybe somebody will look back on that and say, "Oh, I wonder what that is," or "Who is that?"
Bree helped 121 children as a social worker in her time on this earth, and thanks to Janet, that remarkable dream of Bree's closet will continue to help hundreds more.
To keep her name alive and to continue things that she simply did in a corner of her office. It's because of her. Whether she was here or not, it's because of her.
In Bowler, Caitlin Corbett, Local 5 News.
Addressing a need wherever it appears. Janet is here with us now. The need is certainly there. There are now 4 locations for Bree's Closet.
Yes. Yes, we have one in Manassakia, which is the Menominee Tribal Family Services Department. Bowler School. Also have Gresham School will be starting one as well. And
the Menominee?
Ours. Yes.
Yes.
And our closet. Yeah.
So wonderful. What do you think Bree would make of all of this now?
Boy, when my mom puts her mind to it, she really goes for it. She'd be happy.
Yeah.
She'd be happy that we're still continuing to help those that need it.
Tears of sadness, but also tears of joy.
Absolutely.
And an opportunity to dignify children. Just wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, what remarkable women we have met tonight, and it's almost time. When we come back, we will reveal the most remarkable woman of Northeast Wisconsin to all of you watching at home. That reveal is next.
Well, what a remarkable evening, meeting all of our finalists and sharing their stories. And we want to thank everybody who sent in nominations this year. The choice, as you might imagine, was not easy, but we've let our finalists know who the winner is, and now it is time to tell you. And Michelle is going to do the honors.
What an honor it is, ladies and gentlemen, everyone watching at home here in Northeast Wisconsin tonight. The 2023 Local 5 Remarkable Woman of Northeastern Wisconsin is Dee Dunleavy of Oconto. So congratulations! Yes! Thank you to all our finalists. But Dee, I have to ask you, it is one thing to have a passion, a mission, but it is quite another to be organized and get it done and follow through. Your advice to any woman watching there tonight?
Surround yourself with people that care and have a drive, and take really good notes.
And to never give up, even if you get no with that first phone call or that first door knock. You know, how do you keep that spirit going?
Well, if the person can't do it when I'm talking to them, I'll ask them if there's anybody else I could network with. You know, it might not be their niche to do it, but it might be somebody else's that they know, and because of that, I've had a wonderful following. If I have a need out there for the Cancer Society, I put it out on Facebook, and like my husband said, we had about 200 books sitting in our living room because they needed books for the library. So,
So there you go. That's some simple advice from a remarkable woman.
Well, let's make sure we take care of Jen and Janet.
Absolutely.
As well, congratulations,
because we
ladies.
appreciate your efforts as
Thank
well.
you so much for being with
Thanks
us this
to everyone, and thank you to all our remarkable women everywhere. Here's to all of us being remarkable in our own way.
Have a good evening.
Local 5 was proud to bring you remarkable women, recognizing the amazing women of our community. Terry Naturally Health Food Store, Abby Bank, American Antiques and Jewelry, and Dave's Auto are proud to recognize our remarkable women. Thank you for watching.